Welcome, 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 everybody. It is Saturday, August 22nd, noon p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern, or whatever time it happens to be where you are because you are watching us right now. It is time for the Unlimited Wisdom Ask Us Anything, where you get to ask anyone in the community anything, or you can just ask anything and we will respond. And I appreciate what Melody is doing in the chat. I'm going to explain that in just a moment because it does help when it comes to bringing up something to discuss. But first of all, I just wanted to say to participate in this Ask Us Anything, there are a couple of ways. The one way that we do like very, very much is interacting one-on-one, where you on camera interact with us on camera. And that's very simple to do. Put your cursor in the middle of the screen. On the bottom, you'll see a bunch of buttons. One of those is raise hand. Click on that button and we'll call on you in the order in which we receive your request. The other, which I love what Melody is starting to do now, and I hope that maybe everybody gets the same idea, by looking in the meeting chat. We love to ask your questions there if you can't do it in person. Maybe there's noise around you or anything like that, but you still want to ask or make a comment. Melody has started putting a question mark in front of her post in the meeting chat.
Nice.
And that really does help things out in order for us to find whatever it is you would like for us to either talk about or share or ask on your behalf. So love it, Melody. Thank you so much. And we will get to you in just a few minutes on that. So those are the ways that we all interact here on Ask Us Anything. Now, before we do get started with our Ask Us Anything, I always love to share something, a quote or something, maybe, like a vibe of the day, which is today. And Terry, I love when you share our vibes of the day because, boy, you really come out with some beauties. And today is no different. Today's vibe of the day, to help us start here on Ask Us Anything: the more you celebrate being alive, the more life gives you to celebrate.
What?
Yeah, you put this up.
I did as soon as I put it up. It's gone.
Yep. And then gratitude creates massive abundance. So that's all part of the same vibe of the day. So
yes, amen.
Amen to that. Absolutely, positively. So now that being said, what, Terry?
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. And on that hallelujah note, let's go ahead and get our Ask Us Anything started. Of course, we always give our opening segment to two incredible people. They are our GPSs to success. They are our mentors. And most of all, importantly, they are our dear friends. Ladies and gentlemen, Terry and Robert Hollis.
Well, thank you very much, CJ, the hostess with the mostest, Craig Jackman. Thank you for orchestrating everything and putting everything together. This is so awesome. And hello, Dustin. Hello, Melody, Deborah Grady, Michael and Angela, Deborah Bronner, Ben, my incredible son, Matthew, and of course, my lovely wife, Terry. Today, I'm going to, instead of saying anything, I had a really nice Zoom with Lisa Marie, and she asked permission to share with how everything is going. And so I'm going to do that first. So Lisa Marie, I love you and appreciate you, and please share with everyone.
All right, let me go ahead and I just unmuted her. There she is, Lisa Marie. Open up and
guys.
Please share. Welcome.
Okay, this is kind of a testimonial. All right, so I
Awesome.
want to share what I thought was a breakthrough yesterday. Turns out I wasn't even close. So you guys, this is like peeling apart in layers, and
Yes.
and I need to share that with you, and it happened all freaking day long. Okay, so the last few weeks, I've been very stressed. I'm scared. I'm tired. I'm trying to hold it all together, and truthfully, I don't have control over much of anything right now. So Thursday was extremely rough. I'm trying to hold this together.
You're doing great. You're
Okay,
doing great.
I'm not gonna cry.
Good.
No,
All
no
right.
thinking. No thinking. Just
Okay.
look at me and just open your heart.
Okay. So during our call on Thursday, um, I took something personally. I got angry. I overreacted. I even said, I'm not coming on no more lives. Whatever. And I vented this to Robert. So later I felt terrible about it. But okay, over the years, Robert and Melody have told us continuously about being that damn garbage truck. You know, you back up under somebody's lawn and you empty it out. And I thought, my God, how dare we do that shit to people? How dare we just purposely make their day not as joyful as it could have been? Okay, right?
Correct.
We don't have the right to do that, right? Um, but that's exactly what I did to Robert. Exactly what I did to Robert. I think I even reached out to a couple more people that I was unloading on, whatever. If I did that, please forgive me. Okay. And just disregard it. You know, I needed this to happen, I think. Okay, so this gets better, you guys. Then Thursday night, I was talking to a family member. I was expressing all my frustration and I vented. I was slamming shit. I was just being this owly little bitch and I'm pissed off about this and I can't handle this and why isn't this person acting like this or whatever the fuck my deal was, right?
I love it. I love it.
Okay. So later that night, I accidentally received a message that was not intended for me.
Oh.
It was about me and about that conversation.
Oh.
Okay. I felt completely betrayed. I didn't sleep. I cried. By
Aw.
Friday morning, I was a spent mess. I just totally emotional, right? That is when Robert showed up for me. Okay. He sent me tons of I think I have 14 messages from him. He sent me washed by the word. He prayed for me and Fred. He didn't just pray, he vocalized the entire prayer for me. I could see him closing his eyes and just pouring his heart, pouring from his heart. And it just literally touched me.
Aw.
So, okay, so then, okay, not that that wasn't enough, but then he hops on and he does his daily live, right? Then he reaches out to me again afterwards. He says, Lisa, I want to hop on a Zoom with you. I want to share what God put on my heart. So I'm like, absolutely. I wasn't even on live for the 2 o'clock wisdom, but yeah, I was on live with him and he poured into me again. And he tells me that he asked God, uh, I'm sorry.
No, sorry.
No,
You're good.
no, sorry.
Breath. You're good.
You're doing awesome.
You're good.
So he just poured into me and he asked God, what does Lisa Marie need? What does she need? And he said, Lisa Marie is, as Robert always does, he always gets these downloads, right? And he told me what God put on his heart. And it said, Lisa Marie is not letting God help her. I'm not allowing God to help me. So that got my attention. I'm trying to control everything. Always, I want answers. I want to be understood. I want people to behave a certain way. And then Terry's voice got in my head.
Uh-oh. No.
Yeah.
About, you know what? That's on them. That's on them. That's
Uh-oh.
on them. So, okay. So yesterday, I thought, you know what? I had this huge epiphany. Okay. I freaking started smiling and I thought, you know what? I'm going to be the bigger person. I'm not going to retaliate. I'm going to sit back and watch karma unfold. Right?
Yep.
I was actually happy.
Good.
I thought that was growth. Okay, you guys, that wasn't even fucking close. Okay, that wasn't even fucking close. Oh, sorry. So, not until today did I realize that I was the problem. I was the garbage truck. I realized that I owe her an apology. Okay. Don't veer, guys. This freaking gets better. Okay.
I love this story. I love this story.
Here for it.
Okay. So yeah, I'm the garbage truck. Okay. Um, so I hadn't heard from her since this happened. Not a call, not a text, nothing. And that turns out that probably saved my ass because I had time to think about it, peel away the little parts, and
Yep.
and anyway, she told me, whoever I sent this met, she apologized that I had to see that. And she was very gracious, actually. But then she told me, and who I send my messages to is none of your fucking business. Okay. I thought, okay. So I thought it was growing because I was going to get to watch shit unfold, right? True colors are going to come out here. Turns out I wasn't supposed to be watching her lesson. I was supposed to be learning mine.
Yeah.
That was karma blowing up in my face.
Yeah.
And thank God it did.
You get this.
Maybe,
You were aware. You were looking at everything unfold a different way.
yeah. Maybe letting God help means allowing him to change something in me. So I just wanted to share that. And Robert, Terry, Melody, everybody in this community, I would not have gotten to that without all the freaking wisdom.
Yeah.
So I love you guys. Thank you.
I love you too. And thank you for your courage and being brave and sharing that. Because a lot of times when we're in the middle of something and it doesn't seem to be working right, and we just try to work harder at it and it still doesn't work right, a lot of people don't know how to let go and let God. And the reason that it looked different to you, Lisa Marie, and thank you for sharing that, is because you're looking at it through a different perspective. You know what I mean? Before, you would have been wound up in it.
Oh
You,
God.
you would
I
have
would
been
have been
wound up in it
adding
not to
to it.
see it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Come on.
absolutely. um,
Yeah.
but I couldn't be prouder of you. Like I told you, I'm
Yeah.
so, so, so proud of you. And like an onion, there's because we're all uniquely different, and God created us uniquely different. What is a layer of the onion for one person is not the layer of the onion for the other, right?
Exactly.
And so
Exactly.
I wish, probably I don't, maybe I'll take this back immediately. I don't wish. Um, things are revealed to us when we hit rock bottom on shit. You know what I mean? It just it's like we all say, we wish that, I could see what to do next. And unfortunately, sometimes we just keep doing the same shit over and over and over. And we just keep, I like that whole phrase is like, if you're in a hole, you should probably stop fucking digging. But when we're in the midst of it, we're in the middle of it, and we think that we know it all, and we think that we got it idea. And I'm really unique with this too, Lisa Marie, because when I feel like I got it, I pump myself up. I get really fucking excited.
Yeah.
Well, what's
Yeah.
the opposite of that? The opposite of that is when I feel wrong, I can get really fucking angry. I can get really angry and get into that
Right. Me
place in
too.
my mind where how dare they?
Yeah.
And, don't they understand what I've done for them? And who the fuck are they? And, that's digging the hole. That just, you
Yeah.
just keep
Yeah.
digging the hole. And then after it's all worse, then it's like we're still a victim. We have
Right.
no idea. We don't realize that we're like, hey, you want to beat the shit out of me? Watch how good I can beat the shit out of me.
Right. You know what, Robert? I have to share one more detail
Please, please, please.
with this story because this is what tore my heart open. When she sent me an apology, she also told me that that message was sent to her dead husband's cell phone. She keeps it so she can talk to him.
Oh,
Wow.
That sent me over the top.
Yeah.
I just totally fucked up.
Yeah. In a blink of an eye, it just, and you know, you, I can just tell you, I know that it was hurtful and hard for you to go through those things, but just understand that the one thing happened after another, after another, after another, because one of the things I know that was you were going through in the midst of all this, and you never even brought it up in your testimonial story it is, you know, sorting to find out that the doctor really, when does the doctor really know what's going on? But for the doctor to say, I don't really know what's wrong with Freddie, and it could be brain trauma, it could be brain damage, and it's like, what the fuck are you talking about? You know what I mean? And it's like, so you
Mhm.
didn't even put that in there. But I know that
Yeah.
I knew in my heart that sometimes things just pop on us and we just go, listen, we'll just deal with that when we want to. But it's still a couple of big
Yeah.
rocks in the backpack. You know what I mean? So you got this backpack on, and here's, one bowling ball, and here's another bowling ball, and here's another bowling ball. And then all of a sudden we just realize, fuck, I'm dropping this whole backpack. And it freaks everybody out, including ourselves, but we just don't realize how heavy it is. So that's where the phrase comes from, the needle that broke the camel's back.
the straw.
The straw. Thank you. Okay. A
Yeah.
needle in a haystack. Yeah. It's like,
Let me ask you one question, Robert.
sure.
Okay. When we were conversing back and forth, and I think it was this morning when I told you, I, I felt like everything was lifted last night. We went out and had a bite to eat with friends.
Yeah.
And it turns out I thought I grew right then. Did you know that? Did you fucking know
Yeah.
that I didn't? I didn't.
Yeah.
Okay.
But what I did
I-
know and why I reached out to you and prayed for you is I knew what I said to you. I knew that what I said to you touched your spirit and you knew it came from God. And so what it did is more than anything, it just made you aware that he's there and he's there for you.
Yeah.
And so
And
that allowed you to see it just from a different angle. And that's all you needed to do. I'm proud of you.
yes. And just one more thing for Craig. Honey, I gave you a pile of good sugar.
You're breaking up. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
you broke up perfectly. Lisa, we didn't hear you. Go
Oh,
ahead.
Yeah, I didn't. No, please go
okay.
ahead. Share. Thank you.
This is just for Craig. I gave you a pile of good ass shorts right here, so let's use them. Okay, I'm done.
Okay,
Love you
and
guys.
Lisa Marie, I appreciate you saying that because I was going to. That one of the first things that came up, and this is for everybody. When we do these things, I love to create shorts to help promote what it is that we do with Unlimited Wisdom. And
Yeah.
I know that most of you have no problems, but for something that is as special and as serious or maybe intense as this, Lisa Marie, I was going to ask if you wanted this included in the replay today. That
Absolutely. I
okay?
I think
Because
people can grow from my experience here. I mean, it
yes,
freaking unraveled
Yeah.
all day long, and I just kept. And you know what? I was working with my chat GPT today because I wanted to do a testimonial. I says I need to get this as short as possible. This is how I feel, yada
hmm
yada yada. And you know what? It was working through that chat GPT with this whole scenario that got me that to where I
to where
needed
you are
to
today.
see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
please
You
Well,
understand.
for
Yeah, please understand to everybody watching. If it's something that is ultra personal, like I won't put up an inner circle because that's a little more personal
Right.
publicly. I keep
right.
that to our inner circle group. But if it is something personal like this section would have been, I would have waited, I would have talked with Robert, and I would have talked with you directly. So,
okay.
Thank
And
you,
you know what?
Craig.
I'm good with it because I've grown from it now. I've grown from it now. So I absolutely, that's what we're here for. That's what
Yep.
Yeah.
Unlimited Wisdom should be
Yep.
about and
Yep.
helping each other. So absolutely.
bless
Thanks,
you.
you
It's
guys. I love you.
Thank
it's
you,
gotta
sweetheart.
feel good, Lisa Marie, not to be a new person. You know what I mean? And waking up this morning and having your gracious heart support Terry and I and our family. Thank you so much for the donation. And that goes for all of you. I know that, we mentioned them usually the time that they happen, but thank you, Melody and Deborah and Sandy and all the other people that I've missed that just consistently it's fun for me to wake up and people go, I can't find the donation page.
Yeah, I'd like
Well,
to have
hey,
that nightmare.
hey, we'll all get used to it. It was there, and Matt didn't hide it. It was like it's where it's supposed to be. It was where it's supposed to be is in your profile. So I just couldn't think about it. So
And what
again,
was great is everybody
everybody
helped to find
give it
that.
up for
So,
Lisa Marie. Give her the thumbs up. Give her the hearts, and so on and so forth. And Matt, let's cover Melody's question quick, and I mean quick, and then I want to let you share what you wanted to share with people.
all right. So let me go ahead and let's bring that up. Let's see. There we go. So Melody was asking, when does personal development become personal avoidance? When we're constantly learning, but not actually changing.
That's the dog laying on the nail. It really, really is. We want it for everybody. We want people to take what they've learned and what they've asked questions about and where they've grown. And now, when do you execute? When do you put this stuff into action to actually not only become a better person? You guys have seen my Tom Cruise video. Give it up for Matt for all the cool freaking videos. But it's like, the mission is to become more. You know what I mean? And the science of getting rich, and also the greatest miracle is always just talking about, that you're the wonderful becoming, that your whole goal is to become a better person. And when you think about this, can you imagine? Yeah, isn't that a great, great, great phrase, right? Can you imagine actually performing on a daily basis the way that you were created to perform? Ultimate energy, ultimate vibration, ultimate frequency, right in the present, right in the vortex. You know what I mean? Totally connected, hardwired, totally connected. And having the confidence and the bravery and the courage to just walk up to people and say, listen, I was put here to help you. What do you need help with? And no matter what they asked, you could help them. You could serve them. Imagine just all day, every day being service of other people And I love it because people even go, well, I don't know who I'd serve. And Jesus was straightforward with that. Then great. Then go serve the children and the widows. If you really are confused about who needs the most help, then go to the orphans. Go to the orphans and the widows because they need help, right? And but just knowing that, your energy is there, your confidence is there, your belief in yourself is there, your finances are there, your physical health is there, that you could just all day, every day be a service to mankind. Wow. And where are most of us today? Most of us today are still getting ready to get ready, to contemplate, to consider, to evaluate, figuring out whether we're enough. I don't have, 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 I don't have. And so that's why I know Melody well enough, is that's exactly what she was saying. And see, here's the thing where I know Melody's heart come from. She wants people to do what she did. She took all the information from me and she applied it and got results with it. And she's going, why don't people do that? And I've said to her many times, is like, the most frustrating thing in the world is when you see greatness in somebody else and they can't see it and they won't go into action. It's tough. That's the toughest thing about being a servant to people, is you pat them on the back, you tell them that they're a miracle, you tell them they can do anything they want, and then they just don't do it. They just don't believe in themselves. And so if you're one of those people that all the time, are frustrated because you don't know how to motivate people, I'll tell you how to do it. Lead by example. There's absolutely nothing that can put people into action than you leading by example. You finding that Joseph Campbell thing, finding the scariest fucking cave you have and going into it. Man, if I told you guys how scared Melody Riba was to be in front of a group of people, to talk one-on-one, there were so many things that had happened in her past that she just always looked at people like, if they knew who I really was, then if they knew all the stuff that happened to me and all the stuff that she didn't feel value, or she didn't feel like she had enough to actually speak to other people. Because people always go, I don't reach out to people and talk to people, and you go, why? And it's because I don't know what I would say. I would say something wrong. I would do it wrong. And because Melody has such a heart for people, she always was worried about saying the wrong thing where they then would miss the opportunity by her not saying the right stuff. Well, we all know now that that's coming from your head, not your heart. So now, Melody being frightened or scared to talk to somebody with the confidence and belief she has in herself now, she's going to let you have it. You know what I mean? And she's going to tell you the uncomfortable things. She's going to tell you the stuff that you know you're supposed to hear. But she knows that if she said those things to you, it's like, listen, the thing that I reminded myself, I was telling Terry, is that that clip from Moonstruck, I think it is, with Cher, where, she just slaps him in the face and says, get over it or something. Snap out of it. And of course, you guys seen the Bob Newhart one. It's like, yell at people, stop it, right? So yeah, Melody, unfortunately, the way for us to keep our game is, even though we might have the funnel full of people that are at least engaged, the way that we really, really get to the next place is, you watch Jesus, and one thing that I know for a fact, there's evidence not only in the scriptures but also in the movie Chosen, where Jesus did ask others to follow him, and they just didn't. So we'll never know how many people he asked, hey, you want the best in the world on everything? Yeah, follow me. I'll share everything with you. Yeah, not doing that. And what I'll say one more time for Melody is Melody, what I love about those things in The Chosen, I've said this before, is that when you constantly seen how human Jesus was, because he was so, so, so upset that people couldn't get it. Through the whole series, he's like, even to his mom, he's crying. He's going, I've shared everything with them I know how to share with them. Why don't they get it? Why don't they understand? Why don't they get it? And it's like and so it is pretty interesting that the thing is you're supposed to plant the seed and then pray for them and then find those that have ears to hear. Because if we focus on the people that won't go into action, then we'll stop doing what we're supposed to be doing. If you just focus on the people that are in the funnel that are not going into action to change their lives, then you're going to say, why is this worth it? This is not worth the uncomfortable part in my time talking to people that have, that are strangers. Because, I already talked to all these people and they're freaking not doing anything. But that's not your job. Your job is to plant the seeds and then pray for them and turn it over, like Lisa Marie and I talked about. It's very, very, very hard to plant the seed and know that you planted the seed, and now just to pray for them and let God do the rest. So very, very good point, right? How many of you get upset and mad because you talk to people and they won't even join for free? They won't plug into a live. They won't watch a replay of a live. See what I mean? It's like all this stuff is frustrating, but that's not the right that's not the right vortex that you're supposed to be in. Does that make sense to you guys? So if you think up every day about all the people, and Coach Bob does this all the time, and I just giggle inside, because I think there's 2 days left. So Coach Bob, really nice, asked me, hey, before you shut school off, is there any way you could leave it open for a month so we can contact all those people? There's 1,800 people in there, and maybe we could get some of them to come over to the new Unlimited Wisdom. And I said, for you, Coach Bob, I will leave it open for another month. Well, now Coach Bob's got 2 days. So in 2 days, that site will be gone. And like, how many people, Coach Bob, did you get to move over from there? But hey, did you plant the seeds? Then you did what you were supposed to do. So hey, we should be focused on, again, the phrase is um, it's a lot funner and excited to get, to create a new birth than to resurrect the dead.
It's easier to give birth than to resurrect.
Hey, that's my words. I don't know about giving birth, but
That's true.
yeah, but I do know how to plant seed.
Taste in the hospital.
I know how to plant seeds. So I am.
Yeah, just to let you know, Robert, Melody posted in the chat. That's how I feel. I want so bad for them, but won't take action for themselves.
Yeah, if and I'll say one more thing and then get to Matt. Can you imagine? Okay, let me just go on a little small tangent. Can you imagine being hired as the coach of a team, a big, big team, major league, whatever? You're hired as the coach. Coach Bob says he's the Packers. So he's the new coach for the Packers, right? And so now, guess what? The owner puts out lots of money, and the recruiting team goes out and finds the best people. And Coach Bob is telling them, yeah, that's what I want for a quarterback. That's what I want for a wide receiver. That's what I want for an offensive line. That's who I want for a linebacker. And all of a sudden, now you got this team. and you see them in the practice, and some of the people that they spent the most money for just have the worst fucking attitude on the planet.
They think too highly of
But
themselves.
Coach Bob's job is to get wins. But there's some players that have the wrong attitude. There's some players that are not really team players. They're sort of selfish. There's people that are not giving it 100%. And they're all in their head. You know, so if Coach Bob just pulled one aside, slaps him, like snap out of it, I'm about ready to cut your ass. You're going to get cut from the team. What's your freaking problem? Well, Jim Joe Bob got 12 million and they only gave me 10. Dude. Where's your gratefulness? Where's the kid that was playing high school ball? Where's the kid that was playing college ball? Who's the kid that became, recruited in the first round? Where's that guy? Because if you don't fall back, for you, those of you that watch Jerry Maguire, that's what it was all about. Jerry Maguire gets in the face of that kid, the wide receiver, and he goes, "You're a play check player. That's all you are. And you know what? Fans don't like watching paycheck players. They love watching people that get on highlights. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm on a Monday night game. I'm going to be one of the freaking highlights that ESPN shows. And they throw their body into it. And they do things that others won't do to get the highlight. They could give a shit about the paycheck, right? And he was able to get in his head. And that was the rest of the story, right? So it's like... yeah, you got to find that imagination within yourself. And so I'm done. So thank you very much, Melody. Great question. So now me and Matt got on a conversation a little bit. I think it was before the live yesterday. And Matt was like, he was just saying straight out. He was just like saying, listen, how do you find the right experts? How do you find the right scientists or whatever you're currently thinking about, right? What is the deal when you're looking for, like I say all the time, it's like, what if I asked each and every one of you right now who you admire and who you're following? Right? So I was like, hey, who's your role model? Who are you following right now? Who are you being like? And so, Matt, are you there? Would it be funny if I caught Matt at the perfect timing where he's taking care of Ezra, changing a dirty diaper?
Maybe he had to log off for a brief time, so he's still here, so maybe we come back.
We'll wait for him. Why don't you drop him a telegram real quick? And I know he knew that we were going to be on here, so I'll just start taking it up, right? So
Yeah.
one of the things that I want you guys to know that's very, very powerful is, you know what? I'm not going to say anything. Does anybody have any questions? Because I think, we did something unique today. But does anyone here have any questions or want to make any statements or have any testimonials or, whatever?
And go ahead and raise your hand. I mean, we've gone ahead and I put that in the chat a little bit ago.
Or like Melody did.
Yeah, or put the information there in the chat, and that was actually very good. She found that little icon. If you can't find that little question mark icon, go ahead and just type a nice, just a capital Q, followed by the colon, and then go from there. The whole point of course, Ask Us Anything, is that we all talk about something and we all help each other with an answer. And we've definitely done that, shout outs to Melody and to Lisa Marie so far. But if you want to, put your cursor in the middle of the screen where you see these faces. On the bottom, there's a button that says raise hand. Click on that button. We'll call on you. And that's where we are at right now. I hope I filled up enough time there. Coach Bob, there we go.
No. Yeah, I was ready to go if Matt doesn't show up. His family first. He's been taught that his whole life. Oh, there he is.
Matt's here. Now, how do we want to work this? Go ahead. Thank you, Coach Bob.
I'm,
All right.
I'm eating McDonald's.
We'll come back to you, Coach Bob.
Yeah.
So,
Hey,
No, go
Matt,
to Coach Bob.
Matt, we
Okay.
can talk about this subject anytime. If you want to eat,
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
want you.
I'm starving. My wife's at lunch with her friend, so Ezra's still napping, and I have to get this in before he gets up. So I have to
Yeah,
eat
you too,
this
honey.
Yeah,
I gotta eat this quarter pounder fast, you guys.
We're already 40 minutes in. I'll answer Bob's question, and we'll hey, what
Perfect.
Matt has to talk
We'll
about is
circle
very
around.
Yep.
very powerful, and we can talk about it at any time.
all right, Coach
You could
Bob.
spend a whole podcast, you could say, on it.
Yeah,
Yep.
or the Tuesday Daily Wisdom.
Okay, I just wanted to be a filler
Oh, yay.
to fill time up.
Yeah. Well, then let me. Do you have something?
Yeah, I do, and
Okay.
I did write it on the website. But I know we're not getting to those questions. But Robert, have you ever been in an opportunity where you got in right away, and then it was like, oh God, I made a huge mistake here.
Yep.
I
Yep,
really
right where we're at.
screwed.
Yep.
Yep.
I screwed up.
Yeah.
What did you do to back yourself out, and then did you just quit right away, or?
No. Every lesson is a lesson, and you can't look at it as a failure. It was pretty interesting. I used to talk about this all the time. Now I don't know if it's 7 or 8. I think it's 7, right? So Immunotech would be my 21st company now, right? 19, 20, 21. Yeah. So because I actually counted Akashics as one, right? Because when it sort of got separated, and then of course when Immunotech bought, so that it would be 21 opportunities for me, right?
Okay.
And I was able to knock it out of the park with 7 of them, right? Now, believe it or not, if you compared what Terry and I made with Immunotech since we've been in the Immunotech, including she really hit diamond, and us together really hit executive diamond. We fulfilled those, but between Terry and I, we probably have made, probably 110,000.
Really?
So, our standards are higher, but if someone said, well, we went to a company called Immunotech, and I think our best months were like 14,000 that we made, and you look what we have earned with the company. It's not good for our standards,
Right.
but I guarantee you it's good for 99% of all the people. They would like to make between $7,000 and $14,000 a month.
Right.
But the point that you brought up to answer your question is that that is such a
The product is great. Great product.
Well, I want to answer his question.
Okay.
Well, I
So,
think
but
Immunotech
on a
wasn't
personal,
that
but on a
bad for you.
personal level, it really is up to you, because Terry has watched me and been a part. She's my, my partner, my everything. So she's watched me get involved in companies, and when we got in them, there wasn't a doubt between both of us that was the right decision.
Okay.
And then all of a sudden, it's like the things just change within the company. Like, pro, like Pro Travel Network, that this is a guy that I trained in ACN, and then he starts his own travel company, and Terry and I jump into it. And because he looked at me as like a mentor, he listened to everything I had to say, and we blew that company up. I mean, we went from $100,000 a year to 10 million a year, and fast. I mean, it grew so freaking fast, and everything's going great. And then he had his residual comp plan set up in like a matrix, and it just doesn't work. It just doesn't work. It's great to share with people that it might work, but it just didn't work. So now we got all the leaders, and now all the top earners in the company are under me. And now Paul, does a meeting where we all sit down talking about where we're going to go in the next level. And we all told him that this part of the compensation plan needed to be changed. And when I agreed with all the leaders, he sort of felt like we just betrayed him. You know what I mean? You guys, we made all this money. We went from 0 to 10 million. We got given stock in the company. It was like traded on, a penny stock thing. All of us, at the top place that if we sold our stock, we would have made like $2.6 million. All right. And he gave us that with more to give us. And he just felt totally betrayed by everyone that we wanted to change the compensation plan to make it better. It would be the same when I was in a company called Kiani. I got involved in Kiani. They treated us like you would not believe. They flew a private jet out here in our almost backyard, like less than a half a mile from here. It took Terry and I and flew us all the way to San Diego, and I spoke on stage.
Wow.
He flew here and wrote me a $35,000 check. Says, we want you in, right? And we go there, and then he goes, oh, you need to go on the cruise for us. So they paid for Terry and I to go on this cruise. And same thing happened. We're sitting with all the leaders, and they're going like, Robert, tell us how to make this company go to the next level. And I knew this Becky and a lot of the people, Fred and stuff that I knew really well. And Becky had been there the longest. She was from ACN. I said, Becky, please be truthful. And she goes, I will be. What do you think about this comp plan? It sucks. I go, anybody else think the comp plan sucks? And they all raised their hands. And I said, we make little changes to this comp plan, this company will be untouchable. We took Noni to $1 billion in 10 years. The comp plan just needs to be tweaked. And they said, I'll tell you what, we'll make all the changes that you guys want by the end of the year. And I said, if you don't, I'm gone. Because at this time, when I got a red flag, I actually did something about it.
Okay.
He's colorblind, to be honest with you.
And let's talk about the other one. So when, so I left. So then MDC was a rocket ship when we got in. And holy cow.
It seemed effortless.
It was effortless, Everyone was looking for I brief story, but when I got in the company, there was only 7 states in the United States where you could sell the product. And it wasn't international. And at that end of that year, Trump signed up and had bipartisanship. Schumer signed it, and so did McConnell. And they had both, and they signed the Farm Bill Act. And in the Farm Bill Act, it said if you had 0.03%, CBD, THC in the bottle, that it flies. And so in a blink of an eye, a federal law superseded the state law. It was the opposite of marijuana. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
So we know that cannabis is okay in California and some other states, like Colorado, but it's federally illegal. Legal in the states, federal government illegal. Well, the CBD Farm Bill did just the opposite. So there was states that didn't want CBD in it, but we could still mail it to them. Golly. So it was such a buzz. And then all of a sudden COVID hit. That was like crazy. The events that we were there, I think we had like 12,000 people at that one event.
2019 maybe?
Yeah, 2019. Just,
We had Bob Proctor and
pulled a semi truck out, in front of the stage. It was like, It was awesome. And then COVID hit, and then all of a sudden, to try to recreate momentum, they just continued to make so many changes over and over and over and over. It's like marketplace and this product and this product and this product and this product. And I just know confused people do nothing, you know? And so now all of a sudden everything changes and the momentum gets lost, but we're still making, 45,000 a month. So the red flags were obvious, but I continue to stay in. Our last year, with MDC made 258,000.
And that's crazy because they changed the comp plan.
Yeah.
They had changed it and it wasn't to our benefit.
Yeah.
Yep.
Terry was not a happy camper. So your answer to your question
Going around about.
is every one of the 21 had a different story, and it's whether you could see the future with them or you finally just go, no, I got to go a different direction.
Okay. So
Yeah.
did you lose money in any of those? So you were about 33% right because you said 7 out of 21. So which is about 33%. So
Thank
out
you.
of all of
Thank you.
those,
That makes me feel good. That's good odds.
yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it is.
Out of those, how many did you lose money on then?
Um, I would say a majority of them. I never lost money. I just lost a lot of time.
Okay.
A lot of time, and then I didn't make money. So there was companies that I got in that they gave me a third of the company. There's companies that I got in where I was the master distributor, and you really push really hard, start creating momentum, and then the company just couldn't pull it off, or they ran out of money, or they had wrong management. You know what I mean? It's like they want you in, and then there became this thing where I knew right away that there's a lot of people that believe if I can get you in, I'll just say anything that you need to hear me to say. And then once I get you in, then I'm just not going to fulfill on any of the promises that I told you about. You know what I mean? And they think that
Sure.
they got you. They think that you got you. Are you aware of a company that we lost money in?
Hmm. No.
But there were companies where I probably spent 3, 4 years, and I would say that we were still like living paycheck to paycheck because most of the money that I was making, I was just giving back to them and training, or like we had all these offices and we had to pay for rent and leases on them, and but still made money. You know what I
Oh,
mean? Still had
okay. So
still had a good lifestyle.
yeah. Well, all right, awesome. Yeah. Thanks for letting me know that. Yeah. I was
Yeah.
just curious.
What do you think about Immunotech?
I think they got a good product, like you said. It's just well, and 30% commissions I'm making. So
Oh,
the CBD.
is
So
that what
that
you
isn't
made?
bad.
Is that what
That
you made previously? In
I don't know how
MDC?
much I made on.
Hmm.
I don't make as much as my best year on
Oh, yeah.
But
uh
you had way more customers. Holy
yeah.
crap.
Yeah,
Holy
yeah.
crap.
I was hitting like 90. Well, you know how it was.
Yeah.
And there's still a well-known brand. People are still looking for it, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I don't know of anybody else that's selling more of the old HempWorks product than you. And it's pretty obvious because you're even beating everyone that's selling all the other products in Immunotech. So
yeah,
congratulations. I
yeah,
mean,
thanks. I
that
can't sell those, and for some reason I can't sell them. People
I'm
just
telling you, it's like one of the hardest ones. I mean, the product's great. We'll probably take the product for a very long time because the product is great. But in April, we did over 800,000 in volume, and we got paid. I think I figured it out 1.82%, not even 2%.
wow.
And for Jim's question, no, I'm not moving to another network marketing company. Immunotech is we're here. But without getting into any description, just some comp plans are really designed to pay you more on doing volume. Like a lot of people don't realize that Immunotech's comp plan is what is called a stair step breakaway. So when someone hits the same position as me, it's like now they pay you a smaller percent on their entire group. So as soon as Shandor and Judith hit diamond, they're not executive diamonds, but I don't get paid a percentage off like a lot of that team. Then listen to this. If they're below seventh level, so the company only pays 7 levels. Now they do have what is called compression, but you can have an organization like Terry and I have in Hungary and not get paid on 80% of them.
Wow.
But you see the volume. So what makes a difference? It's like looking at, you getting put in a big leg in a binary, and you sort of look at it and you're going like, oh my God, the big leg's got 2 million in volume. And I don't get paid anything off of that. So every compensation plan has its pros and cons. The one thing that Immunotech being around for 30 years is really, really powerful is you can see that trying to get a balance in all three things. One is upfront money. The other one is residual money, building a group. And the other ones is for hitting certain things. You get some pretty good bonuses. You know what I mean? Which is, but that again is only for, the top 1%ers, right? And same with residual. And so you can tell that Immunotech is really, really, really driven around being a good customer getter like you.
Yeah. Yeah.
That
And the thing,
the whole comp plan, they pay more out on that than a majority of the companies on out there. And so, but Jesus, Terry.
well, what does?
Terry, everything's better than what we're doing.
Just because I got some customers in it and I got paid 50 fucking percent off of it.
Oh, on
like
that
3
one
hours
you're doing.
later.
Yeah. Yeah. So Immunotech, it's just no one, I can't get anyone to buy the product. No one's looking
it's
for
Right.
it.
hard. It's
Right.
hard.
So, do you get when I Terry, does that go up to you some commissions for mine? Do you
Yeah.
get that? Okay,
Yeah.
so you see that. Okay. I was just curious.
Yeah. And so Terry's making between $600 to $900 off what you're doing.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, I think it's like 5% of what I think of
Yeah.
and I don't know if it's purchase or whatever, which is awesome. I mean, that's
Yeah.
good.
I mean,
If I could sell more, I
I'm
would.
very, very, very grateful for what you do in Immunotech.
Yeah,
We're extremely grateful.
yeah. So yeah, that's about it.
Okay, great.
I was just a good filler.
Yeah, great, great, great filler. And what was I going to? Coach Bob, I know you probably in the back office all the time. Are you still on the top of the leaderboard?
In ours,
Yeah.
um, and unlimited
I think
wisdom.
he's talking Immunotech, not unlimited wisdom.
Yeah, Immunotech.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think I'm leading in sales, and then in that trip then too.
Nice.
Yeah. So here's Coach. Why aren't I sharing it?
But like I said, that's all.
So everybody, here's Coach Bob, and this is his volume because we just finished with July. So this is just August. But this is Coach Bob for 22 days, 35,999. And then you see here he's got 50 personal customers. So yeah.
That's all HempWorks.
That is so impressive. Everybody, congratulations, Coach
thanks.
Bob. That is awesome. So we're done. I love and appreciate you guys.
Yeah, love it.
Back to you, Craig.
Appreciate you. Thank you.
All right. And I got to give a shout out to Lisa Marie because one of the questions that she had in the chat was answered during this last segment. So,
Okay.
That's the beauty of Ask Us Anything is we don't know sometimes whether or not that question will get answered. If it doesn't, obviously, we're going to bring you on board. But if it does, there you go. And that's the beauty, again, of Ask Us Anything. It's you get to ask us a question, and we will do our best to answer it for you. And again, I got to give shout outs to everybody who participated today. Lisa Marie Cook, Coach Bob Johnson, and Melody Ryba. Love and appreciate you guys, as well as just each and every one of you for being here on Ask Us Anything. We love and appreciate you so very much. There's a lot of stuff that we have in the meeting chat in Zoom. So if you want to save that, click on the three dots in the meeting chat and then click on the save chat. It'll download to your computer as we conclude. Don't forget, tomorrow is noon Pacific, 3 Eastern, Master's Mind. And I know Robert's got something planned for us that's open to everybody. We'd love to see you there. Please make it a point to join us. If not, definitely catch the replay, of course, and those will always be available. We always have those open for everybody. So thank you again so much for taking time out of your busy schedule on this beautiful Saturday, August 22nd. Until next time, please be good to yourselves. Be cash. Bye-bye. I'm going to go ahead and open it up so we can all say so long and have a super Saturday.
Thank you.
Bye,
Love and
guys.
appreciate you
Thanks,
guys.
everyone.
Have a
Thanks,
great
everyone.
Saturday.
you.
Thank you,
Guys,
Coach Bob.
love
Thank you,
you.
Love and
Rebecca.
appreciate you all.
Thank you,
Enjoy
Dustin,
tomorrow.
Melody, Ben, Lisa Marie. Again, thank you for your courage and your bravery. Thank you, Coach Bob. I said that already.
Thanks.
Hi, Az. Bye-bye.
Bye, Ezra.
Just